Hey everybody! First of all, I'd like to start off by apologizing for this being late. I hope everyone can bear with me for the next week or so. I just want to say that my father passed away late yesterday Thursday evening, Friday morning, and it's going to take me a little bit to get the work in and get everything as done as I can in a short amount of time here. The professor has been wonderful, and I want to say thank you for that. And I just hope that I can get things done as quickly as possible. And thank you all for bearing with me. On to the rest of the questions now. What was my memory from undergrad? Wow, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that sticks out in my mind is I did not get to go to the school of my first choice. My mom and I had visited this wonderful liberal arts school that was about an hour and a half to 2 hours away, and we fell in love with it. It was great. It had my major. It was a wonderful campus, the whole package. And then because she was a single parent and I was going to be attending on primarily financial aid, we did not get the package that I had hoped for, and it was going to take a lot in student loans, and I ended up having to cancel, and of course it was devastating. It broke my heart, and I cried for several days, but you know what? I lived through it, and I ended up going to a local school, and I saved a lot of money by commuting. I met my, husband now and going to be husband back then, but I didn't know it at that school, so things worked out well. And I think the biggest deal at that school for the first week that I can remember was trying to find the buildings and the classes. I'm directionally challenged, I will admit that, but I think that was probably the biggest deal at the school at the time, was trying to find the right classrooms and getting there on time and making sure that I was parked in the right spot to get to the right buildings. So even though I was not a residential student, that was still a big deal for me. So that's probably my biggest memory from undergrad, even though it does seem like it's the dark ages now. But that's what I recall. I think the biggest expectation that I have for myself and for my classmates is that we have good discussions and that we are respectful of one another online. Last semester was great. We had some wonderful discussions. I met some great members of my cohort and non-cohort, and I know that I recognize some of the names out there from my prior semester, so I know that there's some of you from my cohort, and I'm not recognizing some names, so I'm looking forward to meeting some new classmates and getting to know you all. So I think that that's going to be a fun semester, and I'm really excited about this topic, so I'm looking forward to that. As far as expectations that I have for the teaching team, please, 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 feedback, good or bad. I've had classes where I get feedback and it's wonderful. I do so much better when I have feedback. And then I've had classes where I don't get feedback or don't get very much feedback, and I feel like I'm swimming in the dark. I do much, much better with feedback, so that's my big thing for the teaching team. Please give me feedback. And as far as challenges and supports on a college campus, wow, there's lots of them. I think some of the biggest challenges, though, that I notice, at least at Elon, that students have is getting over-involved. There are so many things out there, and especially when they're experiencing their first taste of freedom, there's lots and lots of things that they can do. There's lots of ways they can get involved, and they just get over involved, and there's so many ways that they can fall into trouble with that. And there's lots of support systems, though, for the students. There are things like academic advising, the counseling center, religious life, students' life. They offer things like peer groups, mentor groups, and Students can find out about these things through orientation. If they're first year students, they can find out about it through advertisements. They can find out about it through their faculties, through upperclassmen, through admissions even, coming to us in financial planning, lots of different ways. It's just sometimes schools might not advertise these things as well, and I think we need to do a better job at that maybe. But there's lots of different ways that the students can get support if they should need it, but there's lots of different challenges out there and lots of different ways for that support, and hopefully the students can find ways to do better if they should need it. And that's about it, I think, for the questions, but looking forward to getting to know you all and to work with you. Hope it's a good semester.